Hello everyone, this is Robert from Book of Mormon Editions, where we discuss printings, publications, and various editions of the Book of Mormon. Today I'd like to review one of the funniest editions of the Book of Mormon I've seen. I say this respectfully, and it's true that this book expresses humor perfectly. How do you have humor and the Book of Mormon together, you ask? Welcome to the street legal version of Mormon's Book, a self-published book by Michael Hicks in 2012. Michael Hicks is a professor of music at Brigham Young University and has a list of other musical publications and other material. I had the opportunity of speaking with him and getting some insight of the origins of this edition. So this is a 9x6 softcover book where the introduction makes a case for this edition. In it, Michael Hicks correlates a street legal car as an automobile that is souped up, modified, and not often driven every day. As a comparison, this book is a paraphrased, modified, and personal adaptation of the Book of Mormon. It originated as a Book of Mormon reading challenge where he would write his paraphrasing set while reading the official Salt Lake text. So this text of the street legal version is written in modern-day language as a reader's edition. It uses modern-day vocabulary and paraphrasing, and it comes across with a humorous wit and something others can engage in. For example, the first page of Nephi is quoted as thus, quote, "You'll see, by the way, I'm writing this in a kind of a mutt language, Jewish structure and Egyptian verbiage. But no matter, what I'm writing is true. That's the important point. I was there, and this is in my own handwriting, or inscribing really, metal plates." Unquote. Another example is from the last book of Moroni, where you can feel his loneliness. It's written as such, quote, "This is Moroni, writing in my own book, with my own hand, and in my own name. I finished the abridgment of Ether's book. Didn't think I'd live long enough to write more, but I'm not dead yet. And when you're a fugitive, there are only two jobs, hide and write." Unquote. Michael said he wanted to be respectful to the original text of the Book of Mormon. This is why the title is listed as the street legal version of Mormon's Book, rather than titling it as anything close to some adaptation of the Book of Mormon. He wanted to make it clear that this wasn't a new translation or replacement. This is also independent of Mormon's Book that we reviewed previously. This edition is a self-published book, as he mentioned that he wanted to keep it personal and not submit it through an editorial process. Because of this, the current printing quantity is only several hundred. So I'm honored to find this book and present it here on this series. The book is still in print on demand and can be found on online bookstores and auction houses. So without endorsing it, I can see that this can be engaging to an audience who needs an alternative to an old English text. I'm also aware that this is not a replacement of the Salt Lake edition. Michael said the feedback he received has mostly been positive as the book becomes alive to readers. For example, he had a woman who used this edition to re-engage a teenager into gospel study, and this book had just enough humor and modernization to make it effective. He's also aware that there should be a little bit of caution to not tread lightly on spiritual or sacred things. Overall, it's not everything for everyone, but there's something for anybody to enjoy. And Michael recognizes that this is his own paraphrasing and might be different if others had their own renditions. The book also received an award from the Association of Mormon Letters for Best Adaptation of a more modern work to a more modern language. So overall, I guess this is one way to liken the descriptions to ourselves. If you want to, comment down below if you've ever role-played or journaled yourself into any Book of Mormon story. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to this series as the list of editions to review actually keeps getting longer as I publish more and more of these. If you have a special or unique edition of the Book of Mormon that you'd like reviewed, please contact me at bomeditions@gmail.com. Happy scripture studying, everyone.